I kind of would make a lot of iMovie trailers with my friends growing up. And I went to my best friend's house in 3rd grade and she was like, oh, do you want to like do this fun thing I have? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I was like, whoa, this is so fun. And I would always post on Musical.ly. I would always want to have a YouTube channel and I would make fake YouTube videos like all the time. Film has been something that's been like more consistent in my life out of like all of the things I've been interested in. So I'm like, oh, if I've already stayed consistent with it for this long, maybe it's something I want to do in the future, you know, and continue for a lot of my life. And so it's just like something fun, spontaneous that you can do. There's so many different ways you can take it. You can make like a TikTok, you can make a YouTube video, you can make a full feature-length film. I just think it's so cool with like the variability. My favorite project was our Breaking Away project freshman year. Not because the film was good, it wasn't that good. It was because I got to spend a lot of time with my friends and put a lot of work into something that I was really proud of at the time. It was just such a fun project to do. So definitely like film festivals, because you can find a bunch on Film Freeway for free. Of course the bigger ones you're gonna have to pay for, but it's a good way to kind of just get yourself out there and like you may as well apply. Like it literally takes 5 minutes. Of course summer programs, I went to one called CSSSA. It was specialized in the arts, not just film, so it wasn't super professional or anything. I think a lot of summer programs like that are really cool because you're able to branch out and actually meet people that are interested in what you're interested in and use equipment and use different kind of stuff. I definitely learned a lot about equipment because especially here we have equipment but not like a lot. There they were able to go more in depth about lighting and cameras and editing and different techniques used. It was mostly for connections almost because yeah, like you could learn a lot about film at home, but they're like the connections you make between like 70 or 80 filmmakers, you're gonna be friends with them for a really long time. So you're able to kind of branch out and make those connections and network. Actually, after CSSSA, I kind of thought like maybe I don't want to do film as like my main job because I know that like it's gonna be so hard to break into the industry and I don't want to stress over something that's supposed to be fun. So I definitely want to do business. I love business. And then I also want to do film. I don't know like what kind of ratio I want to have between business and film, but I know I definitely want to do both of those. 4th grade, I had my slime business where I was a woman entrepreneur, influencer entrepreneur, you name it, you know. Even though it was like, I was obviously like 9 and 10 years old, I actually took it really seriously, and my dad took it really seriously too. So I actually learned a lot of fundamentals about business and how to run that. And obviously a big part of my slime business was creating my satisfying videos. I had to figure out the best way to portray my account on Instagram, how I should set up my feed so it looks good, and how I'm able to film these videos with the best quality so my fans will buy my slime. That definitely got me into business. I actually copied my friend who had a slime business. And so I was like, I want to do that. So I did it, and I did it better. It's just fun. Like, I don't know, I just want to make money. I'm greedy. You can kind of turn something you like and something you make, you can make it into like something to make you money. I would sell at like conventions and stuff. So like the car show, I would sell there. I would bank from that. Oh my God, I'm so rich. Definitely breaking into the industry, like it's so hard. Like you kind of think of like directors, whatever, Steven Spielberg, Greta Gerwig, there's only like a few that stand out to like the average person. I don't know, it's just really hard to be able to support yourself and have a stable job, and that's why everyone's going on strike, because none of the writers or none of the actors have proper pay. You can use AI to either exploit people, like a lot of like the industry has been doing, or you can use it to kind of guide your creative process. So some of my writer friends would use ChatGPT just to kind of like maybe if they need a character name or something. Instead of, like, it's just easier to have ChatGPT do it for you. It's just, I think, an issue of morality and how, like, you decide to use it. Because a lot of people are scared that, like, oh yeah, AI can make all these stories. But in reality, like, nothing is going to be as complex as something that, like, a human thinks of. A lot of people are worried, but I'm just like, why are you worried? Like, no one's going to be able to create something as, like, good as we would be able to. I don't know, I kind of like the whole thing because I'm also into theater. I normally stay behind in the wings for theater, but I still do like acting and performing because I like being the center of attention. I like staying behind the camera more. I get more control over everything. So I'm the assistant director for the fall play, and so I just think I get more experience with directing people and stuff, and although it's different because it's on a stage versus on a camera, it's still similar in a way. I don't know, recently I've been into like film cameras, so like that kind of vintage look, because all the cameras now, all of them are going to be 4K, all of them are going to have perfect like this or that. Like you could use your phone as like a perfect camera. Like I feel like a lot of filmmakers and a lot of photographers are investing into older or more vintage technology because that's what's going to create a more unique style and develop their kind of portfolio. And so I've been trying to use that in my film. Greta Gerwig with like Barbie, her films are all like have female protagonists, and I just think that's really inspiring because like there's so many cases of women being underrepresented and pushed down. A lot of people turn their passion into jobs, and then it's not fun anymore because you're kind of forced to do something you don't want to do. That's kind of what I felt like at CSSSA, because normally I'm kind of the creative vision in the projects, but there I was an editor instead of the director, which was fine because I got to kind of see it from a different perspective, and I really valued that. But also I was kind of unmotivated because I was forced to work on a project that I didn't really feel any connection to. And so I feel like it's different because it's different in the industry because you kind of can pick, I guess, what you're not really forced to do anything you don't want to do.